Okay, and we're on. After many technical difficulties, welcome to the final of the OS95 tournament. I'm here with Sean Sterling from
Hi!
Hi! From the Twitch stream Haunted Hangouts, is that it?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch at Haunted Hangouts. Also Instagram primarily at Jan Sterling.
Okay. And you've told me you do some magic painting and cooking. It's a bipolar stream.
Yeah, a little bit for everything, whether you like to paint or eat, if that's everything.
Okay, now I realize that that now I have to change the orientation of one window. Let's see. That seems better. Okay, guys, let's go. Yeah.
I appreciate, before we even get started, the play mats that we have here.
Yep.
I have the two-player version of the Culsa Brian version with the.
You wanna go higher?
Yeah.
Yeah, Japanese hat. I'm an enthusiast for Japanese hat.
David? You go.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
All right,
So this
going
one
for
is-
a D20 to start with.
It's sorry. It's 19. Can you see it?
Yeah, you got a 20-sided, huh?
Yeah. I can roll it
That's a
for
big
you if
roll
you
to
want.
start with. 19. That's
That's
like
fine. Do that.
that's
Antoine.
confirmation almost.
That's like good luck. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's
20 for
not
you.
20.
No, it's not.
Okay, I'll play first, Antoine. Thanks for the good roll. Good roll.
All right.
Good luck.
So it seems like Antoine will be playing first, and David will be on the draw.
Yeah, I'll keep this.
I'm again.
Now, from what I can tell, it looks like David actually might appreciate being on the draw. With his aggressive deck, just being able to have a few more cards as opposed to being an extra turn might help him out.
Really? Well, if I have an aggressive deck, I prefer to be on the play, really.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that is typically a good idea. But knowing what I'm seeing between the two different decks, I feel like he is in a real worry of running out of
I'm
gas
allowed to scry, right?
because of just the amount of card drawing that he doesn't have.
Yeah, because we know the deck list, of course, and one is an aggressive deck, the other is a combo deck, so
Okay.
I guess it makes sense that,
Yeah.
the aggressive deck
A Taiga.
might be slower and therefore might want his few disruptive
Black
cards
Lotus.
as soon as possible.
Well, that's one way to start off a game. The classic Taiga into Curdape. That's going to be a good 2-3 on turn 2.
Not Emerald. Sapphire, sorry.
I usually don't play the Lotus in that case.
No, it seems like it's just asking for the Lotus to be destroyed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you won't really bluff a
Lotus.
counter spell with a Lotus like that.
Crack it for blue.
Okay.
Oh, both sides got their Lotus on the first turn. That's
We've got
cool.
explosive starts.
Merchant Scroll.
Merchant Scroll. You got it.
all right. So he's going.
That's a cool card, so I guess he will get an Ancestral Recall. Probably. So
Oh, yeah,
Merchant
that would make
Scroll. Let's
sense.
see Merchant Scroll.
Ancestral Recall.
Let's put it on screen.
And cast it with the remaining blue.
You know, I feel like Merchant Scroll is one of those cards that gets underrated. It survived even in Standard for many years. It kept getting a few reprints throughout time,
Targeting.
and it's just good.
Sounds good.
Obviously, it's letting him go and grab.
Yeah.
He grabbed, I'm guessing, Ancestral Recall with that.
Yeah, of course, really Ancestral Recall. So that's 3 mana for 3 cards. That's fair, right?
I'll take it. I would pay it. No
but,
question.
But really, he played 2 cards to get 3, so it's not that incredible. But it's fluid.
2.
It also helps him balance out because I'm guessing he had a slower start to begin with.
Okay, there we go. He shows it, of course. He puts it on display. And we'll show you the cards.
Is that our Lapis Lazuli?
Yeah, that's Lapis Lazuli, you're right. It's Lapis, not Lapis. Lapis Lazuli Talisman is part of the cycle of Ice Age cards, which all let you untap a permanent if you play a spell of the corresponding color.
And untap a permanent.
Now what does he want to do with that?
I mean, he could pay 3 mana to untap his Mock Sapphire. That's a good way to.
I would like to untap a Library of Alexandria, please.
For every spell. Okay.
Yeah, there are a number of cards I would love to get to use twice.
I wonder in David Craig's place if you can guess what Antoine's playing.
I don't. I mean, you would have to have a pretty good idea of what people are doing around, but. Just from a control standpoint, you look at cards like Icy Manipulator or any of your other control cards, Library of Alexandria. There are a lot of things you would love to get multiple activations out of.
Brainstorm.
But as for anything that's a bit trickier, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine.
That's good.
1, 2, 3.
All right. A little out of focus. Looks like I'm seeing a blue spell.
Yeah, that's Brainstorm. Well, I guess everybody knows it, so I won't put it on display.
No.
But that lets you see much further. 3 cards deeper.
I think Brainstorm is one of the defining differences between, say, the old school 93, 94 and old school 95. Because there's a disparity when you don't have the power of Ancestral Recall just because of cost. But being able to have Brainstorm, 4 Brainstorms in your deck really changes how even a budget blue deck is going to play.
I'll draw 2 for
Yeah, you have cheap cards that are excellent, like Demonic Consultation and Brainstorm. I prefer Demonic Consultation for myself, but Brainstorm, of course, is excellent if you can get a shuffle effect. Or in fact, if you combine it with Demonic Consultation, because both combine very, very well.
Yes. All right, so this is a risky gamble. Antoine played the Howling Mine, so that way he can try to dig a little deeper looking for his combo pieces. But that gives David a lot of gas in an aggro deck. He's able to attack with the Llanowar Elves and the Curd Ape, and he's still got 5 mana sitting on the table after a second Curd Ape.
Yeah, he's got a 3-turn clock for now. So Antoine's better set things up.
Because now, 3 turns, that's all he's got. Unless he plays other stuff. With that 5 red mana he's sitting there.
So what's that? I don't see. A second? Oh, that's not good. A second Lapis Lazuli Talisman.
Oh.
With 2 Talisman? Plus 6 to activate?
He won't get mana burned. He'll just somewhere to put his mana.
Well, actually, right now we don't have mana burn in this version of Old School 95.
Oh, there you go. All right. 2 more turns. Ish. Actually, really only 1 more turn. You have to think 1 more turn. Because he hasn't played a Lightning Bolt or a Fireball, anything.
Yeah, just a Fireball or anything.
Oh, David's got something up his sleeve, though.
I'll crack this for 3 red.
Yeah, well, that makes things clearer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana Fireball, 6 damage Fireball, taking Antoine down to 4.
Well, it has to be a pretty good turn, right?
All right. Can Antoine see anything in his 2 cards from the Howling Mine?
Well, he has to try something now. Now or never.
I'll go for Transmute Artifact.
Sure.
Oh, he's going to transmute Artifact, turning the one talisman into something else. So talisman is going to be 2 cost. So he can dig through for quite a bit else in his deck at 2 cost.
Yeah.
Time Vault.
Time Vault.
Oh, who'd have thought?
We knew.
Yeah, essentially, with
Right.
Time Vault being restricted, those 3 transmutes are just
Okay, one
other Time
blue.
Vaults. That's what they are for him.
Cast Twiddle.
And a Twiddle.
Okay.
Okay. Twiddle
Next
Vault.
one.
All right, so he's got one more turn.
So he's bought himself
Yeah.
a turn.
Draw.
2 cards.
His deck's full of artifacts. He may not have blue spells to cast.
Well, a Twiddle would be good.
Yes.
Twiddle is equivalent to 4 cards and 2 turns.
Right. Now, the other thing about this, too, with the Talisman, correct me if I'm wrong, he could Twiddle, take an extra turn, and then untap the Time Vault,
Yeah,
and have 2 extra turns stacked.
Absolutely, that's what I meant, yeah. Because in between the resolution of the trigger and the Twiddle itself, you can tap the Time Vault, of course. So with one Unlink Mine out, if he has the mana, one
Okay.
Twiddle would be 4 cards and 2 turns.
Transmute Artifact.
Yeah, at this point, he may have the lock.
So this is
It
the
looks
blue
like.
spell, so I can play.
So that's a good.
3.
That's the thing. He
And
doesn't
I
need a
got the
Twiddle.
mana.
He can
Okay.
tap with a Transmute Artifact.
Correct. What is trans? Antoine?
Right.
What is
Because any blue spell will go ahead and let him...
Another thing is he doesn't
Okay.
actually need to sacrifice
Yeah,
a card
yeah, just-
with a Transmute Artifact. He can just put a. He can just search for something, and in fact he can fail to find. Can just play it as a Time Walk. A 5 mana Time Walk.
And fetch Mana Crypt.
Okay, Mana Crypt. Oh,
Hey, that's...
wow. Well, I guess.
Oh, but
he
that's...
has- I don't know. Maybe he has another Transmute Artifact because he can't afford much pain.
No, that's
Okay.
dangerous, because that's only a couple coin flips
So
that you could
Mana Crypt
lose.
ability.
Coin flip?
Absolutely, yeah.
Say
It's a
if
coin
I,
flip, yeah.
If I draw
I will put Mana Crypt on
2,
display.
4, and
Yeah, right.
6, I lose 3 points, okay? Even numbers.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so he's going to roll the
It's
die
3.
for the coin flip.
Don't lose.
Okay.
So
And it
draw.
looks like he does not take
Draw.
damage from it, so that's good for him. Wow, yeah, that's only two I guess, heads. Or 2 coin flip losses, and he's
Yeah,
dead.
absolutely, yeah. That's 3 points of damage or life loss. I don't remember.
3
Damage,
points
I
of
think.
damage.
Yeah.
That's a gamble you got to take there. You wonder what exactly his game was there, going
Well,
for
it
a bigger
depends
explosive.
what he has in hands because he didn't need, like I said, with Transmute Artifact, you can just play it and
Blue and 2
you
colorless.
shuffle your library and that's it. You
Activate.
don't really need to find something.
Azuli.
Oh, he wanted it for the
Discard.
recall.
This one and
This way he can turn some of his less exciting cards into, I guess, more transmutes or twiddles or
recall.
ancestral recalls.
Okay.
Really?
Okay. What did you discard, Antoine?
Candelabra of Tapnos.
So he's ditching his Candelabra of Tawnos, using the recall to get his ancestral recall back.
Huh.
Okay. Extra turn. Same deal.
He is desperate for a win condition.
Ah. Feeling lucky tonight. I mean, if you want to draw the next one, I have.
Okay, that's a good dice. Always free.
Flip the coin also.
He's his best friend right now.
No, it's
You
okay.
you call
I like
odds
this. This is fine.
and you never lose
Okay.
life. Okay, I
Draw,
understand.
draw. So, I'll cast Ancestral Recall, targeting me.
And you know it's
Okay,
probably
it's
crushing, because David is sitting
one,
there, and
Time
odds are he's got a lightning bolt,
and take an extra
chain
turn,
lightning,
so
and
1,
incinerate,
2,
ready to go. He just needs to be able to untap once.
Ah, yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Combo, good combo deck. He's usually beating you one turn before you
Two.
kill it. If you're playing aggro, that's how it goes usually. Yeah.
Now with 2 Howling Mines, he should be able to dig
I
out
have, so end of
his
my
win
turn, but I
condition
have
pretty
8 cards.
easily.
So I have to
Oh, with tooling mines out.
discard 1 now. Not discard.
He still needs
Marmot
some
Gin.
mana, because it looks to me like his win condition is going to be usually something
So
like
You've seen what is discarded?
This
a
one I have
Mahamodi
to
Jin,
do
Yeah, it's
which I would
discarded.
normally assume is what he would be playing to finish the game up.
Absolutely. I think that's his win
Yeah,
card.
but it's a 5 though. So still take no damage.
Okay, the dice can do it.
Okay, so
Something
draw
else than a
3 with
free.
my second
But it's going to stay odds for him, I guess.
second one.
Yeah, I'd love to know what his current strategy is going with discarding the Mahamodi, because he has to get more turns of damage
Two blue.
through
Good
than
nice.
losing life.
And,
Because Mahamodi is a 4-turn clock against the aggro deck.
on Smooth
But
Artifact,
that's
then I pay 3
2
more.
potential losses of
That's
damage,
it.
unless he transmutes the mana crypt away.
Yeah,
have
yeah,
two
of
floating.
course. He had it covered. Of course, he sacrifices the crypt. Oh, furthering mines. If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, and he has another turn, thanks to the lapis lazuli. This is the beginning
I
of
got
the
very,
end.
very lucky with those mana crits.
Yeah, I think
I mean,
this
I'm
is
at
one of those
4.
positions where,
Right. Wasn't
I mean, you just kind of say, can you show me
Yeah,
your combo?
I'm
Show me
4.
what you're going to do to me. Do you have anything you can do? But
Okay, so I have 8 cards, and I need to discard Brain Gazer.
And now it's a
Turn.
bit of a solitary exercise.
Oh, this
Right.
one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
But now with drawing that many cards a turn, he has to worry about, can he actually get the right amount of damage through before he decks himself?
Okay.
Because he's gone through at least half of his deck at this point, between the Howling Mines, the Ancestral Recalls, and the Transmutes.
I don't know, maybe, but well,
I'll cast Twiddle.
he's the first
And,
of his group,
activate,
so I guess
Lapis Lazuli.
his deck is functioning
So
more or
1
less
and 2
correctly.
extra turn.
So we'll see.
Put the dice here. And
I don't know
with
what
the
I'd
two
put
remaining,
as a win con in such a deck.
Oh, I guess he could be searching for
So
the
take
ever
cards,
important Time
and
Twister to just
cards,
start back over. I forget that that's always an option.
No.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I guess you will just jam a Marmot
Okay.
Gin and
So
hope
first
to have
turn,
enough turns enough time to kill his opponent, because he's drawing 4 cards per turn.
4.
And he's
Going.
definitely collecting a nice set of mana there, so he can do a whole lot of stuff. And I believe he's set up. He actually has an extra turn on the clock, even without using the Time Vault this turn, which I believe is what the red die there is signifying for us.
Yeah.
And 6.
6, is that a Marmotti?
Cast Marmoti Jin.
Aha!
There we go.
Stylish. Marmot
Second
Gin
extra
has
turn.
the win con.
He's a classic creature. I don't see you just don't see him swinging across as much as he used to. A lot of times you just see like something like an Air Elemental, or even in the deck
Attack.
you're using Sarah Angels instead of the Mahamodi, but there's something classic about him, and I love seeing him fly around.
And I'll Twiddle.
Yeah, and it makes sense to. There was
3
a
and
post
6,
by
so
Brian Weissman
activate,
not that long
both.
ago,
So it
and
makes 3 extra turn.
in his current version of the deck, he's
Okay, Antoine, I
The
think you
Shivan
got this
Dragon,
one, man.
simply
Yeah,
Shivan Dragon as the win
most
con.
probably. Well,
Because it says almost
hang on.
everybody
I
plays
still need
Psionic
to attack
Blast,
you
which
two
is an
times, right?
exaggeration, but still.
Or
In
1,
blue,
2,
if you
3,
want a
4,
creature that
1,
resists to
2,
Lightning
3,
Bolt
4.
and
Yeah, I got
Psionic
enough cards
Blast,
to
I guess you go
protect myself
for
and kill you.
Marmotijin. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, it looks like David went ahead and
Okay.
Yeah.
scooped there. He saw the
This deck
clock
is
and he
impressive
said,
when
"Well,
it's
let's go
working,
ahead
it's
and see if
middle,
I can
but when
race
it's
you to the
working,
next
it's
one."
It's very nice. I like it. If you needed to go off that turn.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. And I needed actually to only win one.
Okay, we'll have a look at Antoine
mana
Lamune's
crit
deck
because I had
list.
another card to get rid of it in my
Absolutely.
hand.
So
But still,
one of the first
winning
things,
was
looking through the deck, the first thing that I noticed
3
that
or
he did
4.
not go get
I think it
in that
was 3, but,
situation was the Mirror Universe. That's what I was
I think
really
it was
hoping
3,
was going
but
to show up.
Yeah, absolutely.
maybe
Because we have the die at end of phase rule. So he could have died with his mana crypt and then exchange life. That's totally possible in this version of Old School 95. I would have liked to see that.
I think that would have been a little more stylish win than the Mahamoti.
I'm not sure of the language, but I think many of his cards are in Chinese. Now, don't ask me if that's Chinese traditional or simplified, but I think that's Chinese.
They're very sharp. I like that they match across too.
Yeah.
If he's got 4 versions of Twiddle, they're all appear to be like Chinese fourth Twiddles.
Now, the first thing I noticed is the card that I didn't know, and I think you didn't know either, which is Time Bomb in the sideboard. I'm not sure what he intends to do with that. We'll have to ask him. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. Other than that, I'm very happy. It's a very innovative deck. I knew of new possibilities for Twiddle Vault in Old School 95, but I didn't know about this one.
Well, Time Bombs, it's useful because when he's taking his infinite turns, if his opponent was able to get the heads up on him and have a Sarah Angel or their own Mamori Jin that's untapped, he needs to get that killed before he can move forward. Now, he's playing boomerangs and a couple other spells, but I guess that's what he needs in case they happen to have lots of little things. Because maybe when he gets the Time Vault and Twiddles, he doesn't have an infinite loop of turns, but he just needs 2 or 3 to take out 2 Llanowar Elves and 3 Kurt Apes.
I guess it could combo with Mirror Universe too, because it deals damage to both players.
That's true.
But that seems difficult to play against an aggro deck. I'm not sure. I don't think he will side it in. We'll see.
Yeah, it might just be one of those, I don't really side much out of my deck, and I wanted to put something fun in the sideboard that makes us question it.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't overthink it. Yeah, maybe.
I also appreciate seeing serrated arrows. Once again, against the decks in this format you're going to use serrated arrows against, it's just so slow. Now, if he was playing something that had Wrath of Gods, something to really help him even the field before the weenies come back, I don't see him siding in serrated arrows a lot.
Yeah, it's very good against Sly, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I like it. I have good memories of playing Necro with serrated arrows, so I like the card, but I don't know. He did well in the round, so I guess that's great. Okay.
Yeah.
I will tell them to go to start. Okay, guys, you can go if you're ready.
Okay.
Yeah, ready?
All right, looks like they're almost shuffled back up and ready to get moving.
Yeah, I'm good.
It is important to note that it really was that last turn. If David had had one more untapped step, he would have won that game.
Who's going, Antoine?
Me too.
Okay. I've got Taiga, Kurde. Your turn.
Okay.
Now, if you're David, what do you sideboard in?
Library of Alexandria.
Oh, very nice.
Oh yeah, we haven't looked at his deck list. Maybe we could look at that.
Got Kurde Bin.
Okay,
Okay.
deck attacked. Let's have a quick look at
And I'll play
David
Scavenger.
Craig's list.
It's your turn.
Nope, it's not.
So this one you
position.
tap for 1 green, sacrifice it, and
Destroy target artifact.
okay. So end of your turn. I'll take 1 card.
Okay, there we have it on screen. Okay, in the sideboard I see Blood Moons. No, not helpful. Mana Barbs. Mana Barbs is a poison.
It would do very well against that.
3 Red Elemental Blast. Detonate.
Shatterstorm.
And the Shadowstorm, yeah. Shadowstorm could be a bit slow, but
Okay.
why not? Maybe.
Discard. And pass.
Okay.
I also like he does have a first turn Scavenger Folk or second turn Scavenger Folk, which will help him pretty significantly. And the Ancestors Artifact deck.
Right. And it's in play.
I'll attack for 3.
Okay.
And life isn't fair because Antoine's has the Library of Alexandria in play. I don't know how many cards he has in hands, but
And I will Chain Lightning you.
Okay.
David's not wasting any time.
Yeah.
He's going to. he
can't
can't let
afford
it
to.
get any close.
No, you can't afford
You
it.
at 12, I think, right, Antoine?
Yep. Correct.
It's your turn.
End of your turn.
And he's also baiting at this point because if he can force Antoine to counterspell or cast any spell to disrupt his damage, he can remove the Library of Alexandria advantage.
Yeah, every time you force your opponent to go down to 5 cards, you're winning. You're keeping your winning position.
I think this hand looks a little bit more like what David's probably used to. He's only running 17 lands plus the 2 on-color Moxes and a Black Lotus. So the last turn where he had 6, like 4 or 5 lands on the board is probably a little unusual for him.
Yeah, that seemed like a bit much, yeah. I agree.
So mana vote.
Mana vote. Yeah, that's power. Beaucoup power.
Pass.
Another good twiddle target, but also another thing that if he gets sitting down to
At the end
3 or
of your
4
turn,
life and starts
lightning
taking
bolt.
infinite turns, it's a little
Okay.
scary.
Yeah, it's risky. You have to have good nerves to play such deck, yeah.
I'll attack for 3.
I think that's one of the fun things you do see in the old school formats in general. Is you play a lot of decks that are just as dangerous to you as they are to your opponent sometimes.
Oh,
Lightning
Oh,
that's it.
that's wow! I was still ready for this to go on another turn, and there goes 3 lightning bolts in 2 turns. That'll shore up half your life total pretty quick.
Yeah, there you go. Library of Alexandria. Wasn't enough. Okay, let's have a better look at David's list, maybe. I have to say, I'm not a fan of Stormbind. I think the card is not really appropriate to the plan.
No, I guess the idea is that if he draws lands at the end, he can turn them into something.
Yeah,
But
but
Storm-
that's not the plan. That's not the plan to go to the end, you know?
No,
So that's the thing. That's the thing. That's why I dislike that card. Dislike what I mean.
So I go for
I feel like I would prefer just about anything. Earthquake in that role.
Absolutely. A Disintegrate. Just something that does something, you know? Nanamjin. I don't know if he has the mana. I haven't counted. Only
He
3
could even-
forest. I'm not a fan of that.
He could even risk something like a Gazban Ogre. Just another 1-drop, another creature to keep, because he's on such a low curve.
Yeah, and he has so much burn. All the incinerates. my Sedge Troll are sad. I like to play Sedge Trolls, but in this format, I guess I shouldn't play them.
No, Incinerate does change how Disco is going to work.
It's a lot of burn, that deck. It doesn't really have all that much creature. It's been lucky. Every time it had the cut up first turn. It wasn't enough game 1, but that's quite lucky to have them 2 times consecutively.
I'm also intrigued by the Killer Bees. I know there aren't a lot of flying creatures that he has the options to, but he just doesn't have a lot of mana to sink into that.
Well, he has the pen lanes. He has 4 Caplucent Forest. So that's yeah, 12, 13 green sources. Yeah, I agree.
I guess.
Even to cast the Killer Bee is not good. Killer Bee is not a good card. And to boost it, you will have to be lucky. Yeah, I don't agree with that choice.
I think he almost could have. Those are things that either are pet cards to me, like he wants to play with them, like Granite Gargoyle too. I want to play with Granite Gargoyle. It's a cute card, but I feel like if you had a better idea going into the meta, you could even start with something like Shatters in your main deck, because you're going to run up against a lot of powerful artifacts, or even a Stone Rain to stop up, all the lands that we know people are going to be playing.
Well, he doesn't himself, David doesn't do it, but usually there's always a Mishra's Factory, and if there's no Mishra's Factory, there's always something.
I'm okay.
Usually.
I don't know if it's okay.
Yeah, we'll give them the go. They want to play.
So I'll keep...
They're excited. But we're talking about what he has in his sideboard in his deck, but it's obviously done well for him.
Okay, guys, you can play.
Okay.
Sorry, Chan, you were saying?
I was saying, it's obvious we're critiquing his different choices, but it seems to have worked out for him. I would love to hear about if he was able to actually resolve the Stormbind, and if he was happy with that.
Yeah. Well, my idea is Stormbind, you've paid 3 mana and a card, and you've done nothing. So you have to play 2 more mana and another card to deal 2 points of damage. That's 5 mana, 2 cards to deal 2. So
was it a beta?
That sounds bad to me.
The first game?
No. This is all in my collection.
It seems like he's really hoping to go for a Stormbind into like a Wheel of Fortune and a Channel, and just hope to finish it up in one last round or whatever.
I think it looks great.
Yeah. The unlimited one, I actually don't get out very much, but I do prefer unlimited power to the black bordered stuff.
Wow.
So
great.
Yeah, I'll play this.
Okay. You want to scry?
Yeah.
All right. So David Mulligan, it looks like, down to 6. Because I saw that scry.
How much?
Okay. I've got Taiga, X Emerald, your turn.
Oh,
End of your turn.
2 mana sources, but nothing to start his fight.
Okay,
That's gonna make it hard for him.
Okay. Oh, that's not a good sign. No creature. But he's much of a burn spell, burn deck, yeah. Antoine's picture seems frozen. That's not good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he played the Ancestral, and he responded with the Incinerate, but...
Guys, can you stop playing? Because the picture is frozen by Antoine's.
Okay. David, you can still see mine, though.
No, it's frozen for me too.
Aha.
Fuck. So I can see myself, but it's not really helping.
No.
I can see David also. Should I try to refresh it?
Well, if you refresh...
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
What's happening?
Okay, but well, refresh if you want.
You sure? I mean, I don't want to screw everything up. And frankly, it's the only...
Yeah, but apparently that's the only solution.
Let's go. Can you hear me? See me?
Ah, there we go.
Hmm.
Is it frozen still? Can you see my hand moving?
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Uh,
David, you're good too.
I his screen's actually frozen.
No, you're frozen again.
The fuck?
We're in spring now. We're not supposed to
Okay,
be
let
freezing
me. I
anymore.
don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
Refresh. So yeah, so I drew my card for the turn, play
Okay,
my land.
now we have a connection.
I'm gonna tap it for holding mine.
Chan, you still here?
Okay.
Yes, I'm good to go.
Okay, everybody's here. That's all right.
It has been a long turn.
Lots of thinking.
God.
It was two cards and complaints.
Forest.
All right.
I will. Let's see what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he's got 3 mana sources, but still no creatures. This is one of those situations where you kind of have to be delicate about the Howling Mine because
Ah,
something like this will happen. Gives your opponent an extra card. He essentially time walked him on that.
for a trivial vote, Howling Mines is the nerf of the
done?
wards.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crucial. That's terrible. So on the one hand, he has no creatures, but losing the Howling Mine is terrible too.
Now the Detonate also pinged him for 2 afterwards, correct?
Yeah, correct.
All right. So it's going to get him down. So it keeps with the plan. It's good.
I like Detonate. I think it's a bit underplayed. I like to play one in that kind of a red-green deck.
And it just will help you. You know, your opponent, it takes out Moxes
Mana creep.
just for 1 red.
2 blue. 2 colorless. Sorry.
Well, it usually won't kill a Mishra's Factory, so I
Twiddly.
guess that's why it's not played very much in 93, 94.
4.
But I
I
really like
suppose.
it. Wow.
Oh. Maybe
Now
they're
it's
going to
the
try to
bid
race.
down.
Yeah, that 5/6 is going to be hard for that Weenie deck to deal with.
So I didn't get to see. Is that off a mana crypt? What is
It's
that?
off a Mana Crypt.
Oh. Okay.
So now there's a clock on both sides.
So I guess he's taken 5 and he's going to take 1.5 per turn on average.
Yeah, about there.
How many cards
Unless
do
he's
you have in your
as
inventory?
unlucky as he was lucky
4.
the first time around.
Yeah.
Well,
Create my-
Yeah, David does not want to have
Shane
to
might need the
use
Mahamati,
burn
but
spells
take
on the
the
Mama.
He's killing the Mahamati.
But he has to.
But he's, yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't have much in
How
hand.
many cards do you have?
Nothing on board.
Okay.
Your turn.
Okay. Mana creep.
No, it wasn't. Oh, picture frozen. Kill me.
On me again.
Kill me already.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Antoine,
I
no.
think we both have.
Antoine, your picture is frozen again.
Yeah. Okay.
He's cursed.
See me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's wait. You still see me?
Yeah, you're frozen again.
Did you?
You're okay now.
Hello.
Here's your game, Dave. Let's see. I can see it.
Okay, guys, you can go.
Okay.
So,
Antoine, can I roll this time?
Yeah, for sure.
so what's going on is Chan has no view because
2, 4,
apparently
6, I lose.
the system doesn't work if we are too many in the same room.
Yeah.
So I have to
I'm
describe
blessed.
things.
I'm just blessed.
Yeah, you are.
Draw.
So they just rolled the dice for mana crit. I'm sorry, I didn't see if. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I lost you.
Connection is back. Okay, all right.
Oh, I got you back. I got you back.
Okay, great. I'll go recall.
Okay, so he plays a recall.
So at this point, the recall, he can still get his Mom Modi, which he had to spend 2 cards to get back, maybe.
Yeah, but that's not
makes
the
sense.
play. He has a merchant scroll apparently in the. No, or he sacrifices.
And cast it on myself.
He had an Ancestral from earlier in the game, so that's also a good pick.
1, 2.
Okay, I'm not sure what he discarded. But there's an ancestral recall on the table, so I'm guessing he's drawing.
And
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, I got you back. Okay.
And cast. Applique la Zolitalis.
Okay.
Go.
I've got Pendlehaven.
Yep.
I
Okay,
will
so David plays a Pendlehaven. Channel.
Oh,
I
channel.
wonder what you could want
Oh,
to
channel
play.
18, right?
And he
Does he
plays
channel
18
Fireball?
life, and that's it.
You know what's funny?
Channel
Yeah,
Fireball for the win?
Channel Fireball for the win.
Wow!
Really cast this.
And poor Antoine has
Good games, man.
a blue blast in
Antoine, I
hand.
love your deck, man.
Yeah,
But he has
I
no
play
mana.
sloppy,
He doesn't have the
honestly,
mana
but,
for that.
Because he tapped everything out for the
He
recall.
tapped out to play Lapis Lazuli
That's
Talisman. Yeah.
Antoine.
Last game, when you attacked me for little, I had a
Well,
in my hand.
that's the
So
that's
I
the
could
danger
have
against the
tapped
deck
one
with
of
green
your
and red in it.
attackers.
At any point, you could get Channel
And
Fireball.
I also had
I'm actually not a fan of Channel, but
Library
well,
of
of
Alexandria,
course when it works it's
and I was another
spectacular.
trader on top. So I could have maybe.
So we managed to show it somehow
I don't know. Anyway,
with
great games.
Yeah, Antoine.
a
What did you
technical
put in?
difficulties or two.
I
think.
bought in 4 hydro.
I don't remember how much really.
Yeah.
Obviously, and 1.
But we got there.
Tabernacle.
That's
We
what's
got
important.
there. They're showing the sideboard, so they have the blasts.
But I'm not sure it was the right.
David
call.
is showing Shadowstorm and the
I bought
Detonates.
it
Mana Barbs, he
for
had decided in the Mana
blast.
Barbs, of course. Great stuff. Mana Barbs is a nightmare.
Yeah, this is what I.
Oh,
bought
I
it.
love Mana Barbs. I run that in my mono red artifact
Yeah, I think I was too
goblin.
greedy because this game I have Hydroblast in my hand, but
just like-
and even for
So
the
what's the
Marvel
guy's
team,
name?
so I was
Architects,
saying,
Goblin
if I
Architects.
draw
Not
other
Architects.
mana source,
Orcish
then
Mechanics.
I
That's
have a
the one I'm
recall in
looking
my hand,
for.
so I will
Orcish Mechanics deck.
but,
Yeah. I run Mana Barbs in
even,
my
aiming
sideboard there,
for
just because
resources to-
you just want to jam as much
I don't know.
damage onto control decks as possible, and
greedy,
it's a
but-
good way to do it.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
Well, top decking a channel to win the game is pretty lucky. So I mean, I don't know. Sometimes risks pay off. I got the
Exactly, because early pressure, early Malanotigian, it's a 5/6 flying. I mean, you know, with one.
David is being humble,
It's enough. I mean, if you didn't have
saying
this,
he's being
you know,
lucky
double,
with the channel.
Tormenting and lightning bolt, then you
Which
have
might be a
something
bit
called
true.
again, I get to untap, and then I have a Hydroblast in my hand.
Anyway, about Mana Barbs, the thing is,
yeah.
many decks where you'd want that effect,
Your deck is also
it's
fast,
not
aggressive,
always
so
that
at
easy
one
to get
point,
the 2/4 mana.
I said, okay, fuck it, let's
I
go
found
for,
many times
this
the decks,
mana creep,
aggressive decks, will want that kind of effect. They top the curve
That's how
at
I play
3
too,
and
Antoine.
have troubles to reach 4.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is what the nice thing about the
So
an artifact like mechanics deck with ATOG is you're running
Yeah.
Mana Vault,
Ah,
which makes it a lot easier to drop that mana with those mana barbs.
I
oh.
probably needed to take the Whirling Dervishes
Okay,
to
so
just
you
get
can drop
tighter and more concise because of the double green. But
well, yeah, you can do that turn
you know,
3
it
or
was-
something like that.
it was clear that
Yeah.
some mix of creatures, and I decided to go heavy on the burn.
And then you can
to try
just
and-
shoot the
Yeah, of course you
Yeah.
should.
The vault.
I wanted to try and get more red cards in
The
instead of
Mana
having to
Vault.
worry about untapping it.
Beat
Yeah.
you on the higher
Yeah,
class.
that's cool. Mana Vault is one of the most underappreciated card in the format, I think.
Oh, I totally agree. I think that the ability to play so many of them, and most people will run a couple, but they don't run as many as they should, because there's so many cards that you have cards like Recall that have X's in them that most decks play. A lot of things need so many extra colorless mana, and it helps you get, like you just said. The rest of my deck is 2 and 3 drops, but I play I just play Mana Barbs as my 4 spot, and Mana Vault lets you
Thanks
get there.
for patiently through all of this stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
I appreciate
absolutely.
it.
you too, man.
Okay, so I guess it's time to wrap up.
Thanks for being part
Thanks
of it.
for everybody's watching.
Only
Thanks, Chad.
because of the
Thanks a
players,
lot. Sorry for the disconnections.
We'll get it figured out for the next one, I guess.
That was that was an experiment, and
Not in Canada.
we'll do better next time.
It's New Mexico.
Would be hard to do worse anyway.
Yes.
Okay, but it's close to the border.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate being here. It was fun to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, and once again, your Twitch is Haunted Hangouts. Or
Yes.
Hangouts. Hangout or
One,
Hangout?
just one. There's just the one.
Okay.
Enjoy with your son, and hopefully other games will.
All right. Well, I guess I'll be seeing you soon.
Yeah.
A
See you.
less tight deck, but
Thanks
a
a lot,
better
John.
brew.
Bye.
And I
Yeah.
like
Take care.
I don't know what I'm gonna brew. I don't think I will keep with this one because I mean the whole point of it is it's changing. Even I think it is a good deck. I could tune it and practice it, but okay. So I will try something new. I think. Anyway.
It's cool to see time ball played, man.
Yeah. That's it. That's a funny car. I love it.
Yeah. All right. See you, Antoine.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye.
David? Pardon, Gaël? Parti aussi?